The Tuesday, February 20th, 2024 regular meeting of the Gardner City Council will come to order. The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilor Brooks.
Present.
Councilor Craig Cormier. Councilor Darren Lowitz.
Present.
Councilor Harder.
Present.
Councilor Heath.
Present.
Councilor Mack.
Present.
Councilor Thibault Munoz.
Present.
Councilor Tassone.
Present.
Councilor Tyros.
Present.
And President Kaczynskis.
Present. Please rise to recite the opening prayer and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Almighty God, we thank thee for bringing us together this evening. Inspire us to worthy deeds and sound decisions, and direct us toward the attainment of good city government. We pray thee to bless and protect all the people of our city, and to so guide and inspire us that we may deliberate in unity and harmony. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Announcement of open meeting recordings. Any person may make a video or audio recording of an open session of a meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium subject to reasonable requirements of the chair as to the number, placement, and operation of equipment used so as not to interfere with the conduct of the meeting. Any person intending to make such recording shall notify the chair forthwith. All documents and exhibits used or referenced at the meeting must be submitted in duplicate to the chair as they become part of the meeting minutes pursuant to General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 20. Is anybody here recording tonight's meeting? No one's recording. Okay. We will begin with the reading and approval of the January 16th, 2024 joint convention with the school committee minutes. Councilor Tyros.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to waive the reading of the minutes of the January 16th, 2024 joint convention with the school committees and accept them as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Tyros, seconded by Councilor Thibault Munoz to waive the reading of the minutes and accept them as presented. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilor Brooks.
Yes.
Councilor Darren Lowitz.
Yeah.
Councilor Harder.
Yes.
Councilor Heath.
Yes.
Councilor Mack.
Yes.
Councilor Thibault Munoz.
Yes.
Councilor Tassone.
Yes.
Councilor Tyros.
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. There are no public hearings. There will be roll call motions on all, roll calls on all motions as Councilor Darren Lowitz is on the phone this evening. Communications from the mayor, appointments. Item 11190, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Nathan Golisano to the position of police officer permanent. Councilor Tyros.
Thank you, Madam President. Though this item had not been referred to the committee was able to meet with the appointee, the mayor, and the police chief to discuss the appointment. Officer Golisano is a graduate of the Massachusetts Police Academy and has received a glowing review from Chief McAveen from his time in field training. He is well spoken in Spanish and will be a great addition to the department. The committee voted unanimously to recommend, therefore I move the appointment be certified.
Second. Motion made by Councilor Tyros, seconded by Councilor Mack to approve the confirmation of the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilor Brooks.
Yes.
Councilor Darren Lowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Harder.
Yes.
Councilor Heath.
Yes.
Councilor Mack.
Yes.
Councilor Thibault Munoz.
Yes.
Councilor Tassone.
Yes.
Councilor Tyros.
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11191, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Corrine Smith to the position of Conservation Commission member for term expiring February 1st, 2027. Councilor Tyros.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to move to refer this item and the next one, item 11192, to the Appointments Committee for study and report.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Tyros, seconded by Councilor Heath to refer the item along with item 11192, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Laura Cassidy to the position of Cultural Council member for term expiring February 9th, 2027 to the Appointments Committee. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilor Brooks.
Yes.
Councilor Darren Lowitz.
Yes.
Councilor Harder.
Yes.
Councilor Heath.
Yes.
Councilor Mack.
Yes.
Councilor Thibault Munoz.
Yes.
Councilor Tassone.
Yes.
Councilor Tyros.
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Petitions, applications, communications, etc. Item 11196, a ruling from the Attorney General relative to an open meeting law complaint filed by Paul DeMayo. Counselor Tyros?
Thank you, Madam President. Leading to a motion. As seen by the documentation in our packet this evening, this item is the notification from the Attorney General's office on February 9th, 2024, to Paul DeMayo of the resolution of a complaint made by Mr. DeMayo on or about August 30th, 2023, in which he alleged a violation of the open meeting law by this council. For those in the public wondering what this means, I'd like to provide a brief explanation of the open meeting law complaint process that followed this matter, as this council receives many complaints from this individual and it can be difficult to follow. In August this past year, Mr. DeMayo filed a complaint. On September 20th, the Attorney General's office received notification of the complaint and a response from this council. If a complainant is unsatisfied with the public body's response, and at least 30 days have passed since the complaint was filed, the complainant may request review by the Attorney General's office. However, that request for review must be filed no later than 90 days after the date of the alleged open meeting law violation. The Attorney General's office notified Mr. DeMayo on October 18th that if a request for review was not received by November 5th, then the Attorney General's office would presume that this action taken by the council was sufficient and would close the file. In this February notification, the Attorney General's office reported that they have no record of a request for review was filed and that the Attorney General's office now considers this matter closed. Therefore, I move to place this communication on file.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Tyros, seconded by Counselor Heath to place communication on file. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Denalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Thibault Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11197, district update from State Representative Jonathan Zlotnick. I just want to offer on this item that it is a best practice of cities and towns across the Commonwealth to invite their state rep to a select board meeting or a council meeting for an update from the state on the city or town or their district area. And I know that Rep. Zlotnick has done these with other towns in the district, and again, various state reps do with their towns, so this item is on the calendar for us to consider. Councilor Mack?
I'd like to make a motion that we schedule an informal meeting of the City Council for a district update from State Representative Zlotnick.
Motion made by Counselor Mack, seconded by Counselor Tassone to schedule an informal meeting for a district update from State Rep. John Zlotnick. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Denalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Thibault Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Reports of standing committees, Finance Committee, item 11118, an order authorizing $106.24 payment of prior year salary expenditure. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Nerlowitz.
Thank you, Madam President. This is, the city owes a step increase to an employee. This is the prior year amount that we sent them over for fiscal year 2023. This order authorized that payment. The Finance Committee was in favor, and I move the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Nerlowitz, seconded by Counselor Tyros to authorize payment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Denalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Thibault Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11172, a measure to establish a special revenue fund under the provisions of Section 53K of Chapter 44 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth for the Waterford Street Community Center project. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Denalowitz.
Thank you, Madam President. This special revenue fund would establish a specific account for the old Waterford Street Gardner High School project. This fund will allow for a certain revenue collected from the for the project to not fall into the general fund, but be in the special revenue account to be more quickly utilized for the project. The mayor and the auditor both spoke in depth during the Finance Committee meeting. Finance Committee was in favor, and I move to establish the special revenue fund.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Denalowitz, seconded by Counselor Tyros to establish a special revenue fund. Is there discussion on the motion? Counselor Tyros?
Thank you, Madam President. I think this is a great item for our city this evening to work towards a community center at Waterford Street School, and I'm pleased to vote to support it.
Thank you, Counselor. Further discussion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Denalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11173, a measure authorizing an intermunicipal agreement between the City of Gardner and Town of Westminster for Veteran Services. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Denalowitz.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a measure to sign a new agreement to provide veteran services to the town of Westminster. As you all know, the City of Gardner has been providing veteran services to a number of municipalities for a few years now: Westminster, Ashburnham, Paxton. This agreement is just a continuation of the partnership we currently have with Westminster. The mayor and Director Gabriela have consistently reported on the success of this agreement and those of the other municipalities. Finance Committee was in favor, and I move to authorize the agreement.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Denalowitz, seconded by Counselor Tassone to authorize the intermunicipal agreement. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Denalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11174, a measure authorizing an intermunicipal agreement between the City of Gardner and Town of Ashburnham for Veteran Services. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Denalowitz.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a similar agreement just with the town of Ashburnham. The Finance Committee was in favor, and I move to authorize the agreement.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Denalowitz, seconded by Counselor Tassone to authorize the intermunicipal agreement. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Denalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11187, a measure relative to the March 5th, 2024 presidential primary election order. Report from the Finance Committee, Counselor Denalowitz.
Thank you, Madam President. This is the warrant that must be publicly posted at least 7 days prior to the upcoming presidential primary on March 5th. The Finance Committee was in favor, and I move to approve the election order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Denalowitz, seconded by Counselor Mack to approve the election order. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Denalowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Safety Committee, item 11086, an ordinance to amend the Code of the City of Gardner, Chapter 600, entitled Vehicles and Traffic, Section 24, entitled Parking Prohibited on Certain Streets, Comey Street. Counselor Hardern?
Yes, Madam President. This went before the Safety Committee at our last meeting, and this road still has a trial period on it, so I'm going to ask for more time.
If there is no objection, the committee will be granted more time. The committee will be granted more time. Item 11115, an ordinance to amend the Code of the City of Gardner, Chapter 600, entitled Vehicles and Traffic, Section 24, entitled Parking Prohibited on Certain Streets of Douglas Road. Report from the Public Safety Committee, Counselor Hardern.
Yes, Madam President. This too also came in front of the Safety Committee at our last meeting, and there is still a trial period on this road as well, so we'll be asking for more time.
If there is no objection, the committee will be granted more time. The committee will be granted more time. Appointments Committee, item 11124, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Alan Agnelli to the position of Historical Commission member for term expiring January 8th, 2027. Counselor Tyros?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to respectfully request more time on items 11124, 11126, 11127, 11129, 11130, 11131, 11134, 11135, 11139, 11140 through 11148. 11150, 11153, 11154, 11155, 11156, 11157, 11158, 11181. The committee will be reporting on appointments that they've met on following this vote.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Tyro, seconded by Counselor Heath, to ask for more time on all of the items that Counselor Tyros listed. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis.
Yes. 9 yeas, the motion passes. The committee will be granted more time. Item 11125. A measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Barbara LeBlanc to the position of Council on Aging member for term expiring January 8th, 2027. Counselor Mack?
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Barbara LeBlanc was recommended for appointment by unanimous vote of the Council on Aging members to fill a recent vacancy on the council. She has been an active member of the community, previously serving as a public school teacher, and most recently as an associate member of the Council on Aging. Her appointment comes at the recommendation of both the current Council on Aging members and the director of the Senior Center, Mr. Ellis. The Appointments Committee unanimously voted to approve her appointment to the full council, and I make the motion to approve the order.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Mack, seconded by Counselor Tyros to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11126 and 11127 have more time. Item 11128, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Robert Charlin Esquire to the position of Assistant City Solicitor for term expiring January 1st, 2025. Counselor Tyros?
Thank you, Madam President. The committee met and voted to recommend removing this item from the calendar with the news of the passing of the Assistant Solicitor. I move to remove this item from the calendar.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Tyros, seconded by Counselor Mack to remove the item from the calendar. Is there discussion on the motion? Counselor Mack?
Thank you, Madam President. The sudden passing of Assistant City Solicitor Robert Charlin on February 13th has left a large void in the city's legal department. Although new to the position within the past year, he was a Gardner native who graduated from Gardner High School in 1983 and was a great hockey player, a sport he continued to play into his adulthood. Bob was known for his expertise in real estate law and will be missed. I'll add to the motion, if the maker of the motion consents, that we send a card of condolences to his family on behalf of the City Council.
Motion made by Counselor Tyros, seconded by Counselor Mack. Is there further discussion on the motion? So the motion is amended also to add a letter of condolences to the Charlin family.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Tyros, seconded by Counselor Mack. Further discussion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Items 11129 through 11131 have more time. 11132, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Gregory Lagoy to the position of fire chief for term expiring January 4th, 2027. Counselor Tyros.
Thank you, Madam President. The committee met with the mayor and the fire chief on this reappointment. The mayor reported that the chief has met all of his expectations in the role of fire chief. He continued that the equipment grants, the fleet upgrades, the repairs needed to be made to the facility are being well managed under Chief Lagoy's leadership. The chief answered all the committee's questions and expressed his appreciation for the support of the mayor and the council the council has given his department under his tenure. The committee voted unanimously to recommend, therefore I move the appointment be certified.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Tyros, seconded by Counselor Mack to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11133, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Paul Topolsky to the position of Civil Defense Director for term expiring January 4th, 2027. Counselor Tyros?
Thank you, Madam President. The committee met with the mayor and the police chief and the director on this reappointment. The mayor reported that the director has a history of delivering results and has near 3 decades of service to our city in this role. The police chief reported that the director is a wealth of knowledge and recommended his reappointment. The committee voted unanimously to recommend, therefore I move the appointment be certified.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Tyros, seconded by Counselor Mack to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11134 and 11135 have more time. Item 11136, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Cheryl Slack to the position of Animal Control Officer for term expiring January 4th, 2025. Report from the Appointments Committee, Counselor Heath.
Yes. Thank you, Madam President. The committee, the mayor, and Police Chief McAbeen, we met last Friday. Ms. Slack, she's a reappointment, and she's been with the Teamster Union. She's been employed for the last 10 years. She's been a great employee the whole time. He's raved about her, and the committee went unanimously, voted, and I'd like to go ahead and push this through for the, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. I'm in favor of moving this to the, moving this order, sorry.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Heath, seconded by Counselor Tebow Munoz to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11137, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Autumn Brown to the position of Animal Control Officer for term expiring January 4th, 2025. Report from the Appointments Committee, Counselor Heath.
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Brown, she's a new appointment. She served with the city well in her time during her probationary period, and she has received high reviews in her start with the city, and I look forward to seeing how she can grow in the position. This is an annual appointment. With that being said, I'm in favor, and I move this appointment.
Second.
I move to approve this appointment.
Thank you, Counselor.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Heath, seconded by Counselor Tebow Munoz to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11138, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Alana Meserve to the position of Animal Control Officer for term expiring January 4th, 2025. Counselor Heath?
Thank you, Madam President. I'm sorry. The Appointments Committee, we've met with Ms. Meserve last Friday, along with the mayor and the police chief. And I've learned a lot about that position, which I'm very impressed with her work. With that being said, she's been with the city for the last 3 years. She serves for the city of Gardner, along with the town of Ashburnham, Westminster, and Hubbardston. Again, this is an annual appointment, and we voted unanimously, and we are in favor, and I move to approve this appointment.
Second.
Motion made by Counselor Heath, seconded by Counselor Tebow Munoz to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there a discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Tebow Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Items 11139 in order in our packet through item 11148 are going to have more time. On to item 11149, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Kathy O'Brien to the position of Council on Aging member for term expiring January 8th, 2027. Report from the Appointments Committee, Councilor Mack.
Thank you, Madam President. Mrs. Kathy O'Brien has been an active part of the Council on Aging and currently serves as their treasurer. Director Ellis fully endorses this reappointment, as Mrs. O'Brien has been an excellent asset to the Council on Aging Board and has been very involved with the programming. Her appointment comes at the recommendation of both the current Council on Aging members, their president and the director of the Senior Center. Upon meeting and interviewing the candidate, the Appointments Committee voted unanimously to recommend her for reappointment to the full council. I move the appointment be certified.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Mack, seconded by Councilor Tyros to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
He lost the call. Just keep going.
Okay. Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
8 yeas.
8 yeas, the motion passes. I'm going to recess the meeting at this time. Councilor Donalawitz lost the call, so we have to call him. And then I'm going to call the meeting back to order. So a short recess right now when we get him back on the phone. We'll call the meeting back to order. We're going to continue. Item 11150 has more time. Item 11151, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Teresa Hillman to the position of Council on Aging member for term expiring January 8th, 2027. Report from the Appointments Committee, Councilor Mack.
Thank you, Madam President. Teresa Hillman has been serving as a member of the Council on Aging for several years. Aside from serving as an officer of the council for many years, she also serves as a recording secretary of the Gardner School Committee and as a member of the Board of Directors for the Gardner CAC. Her reappointment comes with the recommendation of both the current Council on Aging members and the director of the Gardner Senior Center. The Appointments Committee met unanimously and voted to approve her appointment to the full council. I move to certify this order.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Mack, seconded by Councilor Tyros to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Item 11152, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Gloria Tarpey to the position of Council on Aging member for term expiring January 8th, 2027. Councilor Mack?
Thank you, Madam President. Gloria Tarpey currently serves as the on the Council of Aging, and her reappointment comes at the recommendation of the current Council on Aging members and the director of the Gardner Senior Center. She has been very active in the community through her work as the president of the Golden Agers Club. Her reappointment comes to the recommendation of both the Council on Aging members. We recommend at the appointments meeting last Friday unanimously to move this appointment forward.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Mack, seconded by Councilor Tyros to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Donalawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas. 9
9 yeas, the motion passes. Items 11153 through item 11181 in order on our packet have all been granted more time. Item 11182, a measure confirming the mayor's appointment of Frimpong Antwi to the position of police officer permanent. Councilor Tyros?
Thank you, Madam President. The committee was able to meet with the appointee, the mayor, and the police chief to discuss the appointment. Officer Antwi is a graduate of the Massachusetts Police Academy and has received a glowing review from Chief McAveen from his time in the field training. He is originally from Ghana and just recently became an American citizen this past January. His background is a mix of military and service to the community and is very much looking forward to working in Gardner. The committee voted unanimously to recommend, therefore I move the appointment be certified.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Tyros, seconded by Councilor Heath to confirm the mayor's appointment. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Darren-Lowitz?
Yes.
Counselor Hardern?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tissone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas.
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. At this time, we will take a brief recess of the meeting to swear in those who have been appointed here this evening. We will reconvene after the swearing in is completed and call the meeting back to order at that time. If you've been, if your appointment's been confirmed this evening, you can head right over here. The clerk will swear you in.
I state your name.
I, Nathan Golisano,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the United States
to the United States
and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and will support the Constitution
and will support the Constitution
and the laws thereof.
and the laws thereof.
Congratulations. Have you raised your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, for pleasure,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the United States of America
to the United States of America
and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
and will support the Constitution
and will support the Constitution
and the laws thereof.
and the laws thereof.
Congratulations. Have you raised your right hands and repeat after me? I state your name. Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
perform the duties of firefighter
perform the duties of firefighter
according to the law
according to the law
and the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations. after me. I state your name.
I, Gregory Joy,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
perform the duties of fire chief
perform the duties of fire chief
according to the law and the best of my abilities.
according to the law and the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Call the meeting back to order. Committee of the Whole, item 11180, an order appropriating $625,000 from stabilization to DPW salt shed. Councilor Mack?
I would like to request more time for this item.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Mack, seconded by Councilor Stoney to request more time on this item, and it will remain on the council calendar. Is there discussion on the motion? The clerk will please call a roll.
Council Brooks?
Yes.
Council Darrell-Lowitz?
Yes.
Council Hardern?
Yes.
Council Heath?
Yes.
Councilor Mack?
Yes.
Council T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Council Tassone?
Yes.
Council Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kaczynskis?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Unfinished business and matters for reconsideration, item 11112, an ordinance to amend the code of the city of Gardner, chapter 675 thereof entitled zoning to add sports betting to the zoning table of uses. This item, along with the next item, item 11113, an ordinance to amend the code of the city of Gardner, chapter 675 thereof entitled zoning to amend section 1070 thereof entitled marijuana establishments to change the method to increase the quota allowed by the code of the city of Gardner. They've been on our calendar as we've been awaiting the planning board to meet and give us their final recommendation as is required by the state for a zoning amendment. They were scheduled to meet last February 13th, but due to the weather, they had canceled their meeting and rescheduled it for this evening at 6:30. So they did meet earlier today. We haven't received their final recommendation. I anticipate we will do so before our next meeting. So unless there's any objection, we will be granted more time on this item. It will remain on the calendar. The items will remain on the calendar. There is no new business. Council comments and remarks. Are there any council comments and remarks? Councilor Heath?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to go ahead and say I kind of messed up a little bit earlier. I apologize. I'll get that down packed, but that's not why I raised my hand. I just want the public to recognize that we got some pretty exciting news at the last appointments committee that the fire department is fully staffed, which is really exciting. So that's some great news, and we got a lot of great businesses coming to Gardner. So, you know, it might be cold and dreary outside, but that's some sunlight on the city of Gardner, if you would. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Further council comments and remarks? I just wanted to share during this time for the public here and watching this evening. I've already communicated this information to the counselors earlier today. Just wanted to thank all of the counselors in the community for all they've done to honor former City Councilor Ron Cormier's legacy in our community and also on the City Council. We will continue to mourn his loss, but at this time I wanted to acknowledge the procedure to fill the Councilor at Large vacancy left by his sudden passing. The provisions of Section 32 of the Charter of the City of Gardner state if a vacancy occurs in the position of Councilor at Large, the City Council shall appoint the person who received the 7th highest vote total for the position of Councilor at Large during the most recent municipal election to fill the vacancy for the unexpired term. If the person is willing to serve, then to the 8th, and so on until a person is appointed. Brad Heglin received the 8th highest vote total for the position of Councilor at Large during the most recent municipal election, as the 7th highest vote total receiver has already filled the vacancy on the council. Brad has confirmed that he is willing to fill the vacancy and serve. His appointment will be taken up and followed by his oath of office at the next regular City Council meeting on Monday, March 4th, 2024. So I just wanted to make that available to the public, as I felt like it's appropriate to acknowledge the vacancy at this time. And that's all I have for this evening. Any further council comments or remarks? I will entertain a motion to adjourn after the closing prayer.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor Tassoni, seconded by Councilor Mack. The clerk will please call the roll.
Counselor Brooks?
Yes.
Counselor Darren Lawitz?
Yes.
Counselor Harder?
Yes.
Counselor Heath?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor T-Boat Munoz?
Yes.
Counselor Tassone?
Yes.
Counselor Tyros?
Yes.
And President Kazinskas?
Yes.
9 yeas.
9 yeas, the motion passes. Almighty Father, who sees over all, as we adjourn, we thank thee for the opportunity of joint deliberation and action witnessed during the course of this meeting. Bless, O Lord, all who are gathered here, and the people whose representatives we are, and do thou attend to our common welfare until our next meeting. Amen. The meeting stands adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Hallelujah.